Australia, resource-rich, land of opportunity. One of the wealthiest countries in the world. But we're also one of the most unequal.
The rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poorer. It wasn't so obvious 10 years ago, but now it is becoming very obvious.
After 25 years of relentless economic expansion, nearly 3 million live below the poverty line.
I got to see a side of poverty that I actually didn't even know existed, you know?
They're stuck on the bottom rung.
We're sick and tired of not being heard and sick and tired of struggling. There's not enough money being put back into the people.
Feeling left behind in the land of the fair go.
Even these sewer rats have a place in society, and I'm the odd one out.
In this series, we hear from those whose lives are a daily struggle.
We're not terrorists, we're humans. We're Aussies, you know what I mean?
The forgotten battlers trying to make ends meet, and hear from those trying to help.
If we don't give them a bed or a couch, where else do they go?
And the families trying to hold things together.
And my dream is just never give up. And I'm doing this for my kids, for my family, my wife.
But when the system turns against you,
we've got no assistance. We've got no help.
Don't manhandle me.
And the ones that are hurt are the ones you love.
Oh, look, I mean, you're scaring my son. This is what it takes to remove me from my house.
That's when you could end up on Struggle Street. Australia's cost of housing has become the perfect storm. Soaring rents are at crisis levels for the country's poorest. And across Australia, around 200,000 households are on social housing waiting lists.
Housing affordability, there is none. The prices of housing has just gone ridiculous.
There's not that many houses around anymore. They sell a lot of them off, you know, to private.
I think the government should start building more housing commission for the lower income, not for the dole bludgers.
But finding a home or even a job is even harder when you're battling other issues, like drugs and the stigma of jail time. 2 days after being told to leave the Koha crisis shelter because of ice use, former prison inmate Jarrod and his 2 eldest children are on the streets of Inala.
Good morning.
Were you just ringing about some emergency accommodation?
Trinity and Tian have chosen to stay with their dad. Mum Sharon's in a women's shelter with their 2 younger children.
Okay, so who was needing the accommodation?
Me and my 2 children.
Okay, so how old are your children?
16 and 14.
On bail awaiting court for drug offences, he and the family have another hurdle to overcome. As Kiwis who arrived after 2001, they get little or no help from the state.
Do your children have anyone they can stay with in the meantime?
No.
So you don't have a Department of Housing application?
No, we're not Australian citizens.
Oh, okay. All right. Can you hold the line for me?
Yes. We spent one night in the ute and one night at a friend's. So, 3 of us were parked up in a ute that I stole. No, I didn't steal it. I borrowed it off a mate. I gave it back though because he needed it back, so... But now we're fucking screwed. Yeah. Nowhere to go, we just need a fucking... If housing had given us a house right back when we needed one, when this first all started, we would be fine. We'd be fucking fine. We wouldn't have been in crisis housing, which has just caused bullshit and stress.
Are you there?
Yes.
Okay, so I've just had a chat. There's no vacancies today on any of our databases for short-term accommodation. Just, I guess, circumstantially that you're not Australian citizen, that's the information we'd be able to offer for short-term accommodation.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks, bye.
It's really wet. Can we get somewhere dry? I'll just become an Eskimo.
We need to eat something for breakfast. I'm so hungry.
I'm starving.
Same.
At least we can make a joke out of it.
What else can we do?
To make things worse, Jarrod's seizures have become more frequent, a result of his ice abuse, and aren't helped by the stress of trying to find somewhere to live.
Going into Centrelink, see if they can't help us. It's getting late in the day now, 1 o'clock. Everything sort of stops. The whole world sort of freezes at 4 or 5 o'clock, so we're running out of time to find somewhere to stay.
Inala has a long history of public housing, but even the poorest are feeling the squeeze. Gentrification has been on the move as former Housing Commission properties are sold off to make way for private homes.
Housing has absolutely gone through the roof in this area in the last 10 years. 20, 25 years ago, when it was all completely public housing, you know, and it's not anymore. Probably be about a tenth is public housing left. The rest is all privately owned.
Sue's been living in this Housing Commission property in Inala for the past 6 years.
Oh, geez, I love those stairs.
But it's never been somewhere she could call her own. It's her housemate Darryl's name on the lease, and last week he gave her a month's notice to move out.
See, tries to tell her when he cleans up after himself. And I'm still waiting to see from where.
Sue met Darryl online in the hope of romance, but it never worked out. In fact, things have gotten so bad that she's not even able to have her family visit.
I love my grandkids, and I'm not really allowed to have them here. That's mine. That's his. Not seeing my grandchildren hurts. It hurts bad. I want my grandchildren to feel free to come and visit any time they like. Back up the stairs again. Now, hop down, Missy. I can't take you with me, bub. Sorry.
But after the initial shock of being given the boot and facing possible homelessness, Sue's determined to turn this situation into a positive.
See, this is how stubborn my girl is when she wants to come with.
She's going to register with Inala's social housing for her own place, which means she'll be dependent on no one but herself. Despite there being more than 4,000 households in Brisbane waiting for social housing, Sue's hoping her medical and mobility issues for her severe osteoarthritis will put her near the top of the list.
It's like a new chapter in my life that I'm moving on to, so at my age it's a bit scary. I'll be honest, it's a bit scary. I don't want to go down this struggle street anymore. I just want my own place that I can just settle in and be happy. Well, it means I can start looking for accommodation for me. They'll be looking and I'll be looking. So, it's all good. I'm real excited and I can't wait to go.
Sue's not the only one desperate to find a home of her own. 30-year-old Josh is also looking with wife Monica. Newly released from prison, the odds are stacked against Josh. Nearly half of those who leave prison in Australia are likely to be homeless within the first 6 months of release.
I'm just wondering if you got any long-term availability at all, as soon as possible. It's a couple. Me and my wife.
The couple has been couch surfing all the way from Ipswich to the Brisbane suburb of Inala since he was released from prison 3 months ago. But now he feels trapped by the system.
Okay then, bye. There's nothing there yet. Availability is 0 at the moment.
The 30-year-old's parole requires him to have a permanent address. No address, and he's back inside to finish his sentence for a series of drug offences.
I don't know, I was struggling at the time. I needed to make money. I was doing all the wrong things and thinking I was doing all the right things when I wasn't. Okay then, I need income statement and a rental reference and photo ID. Okay, bye.
Temporarily staying with his sister, he's trying to rent a caravan. But he's got nothing to identify him. No passport, no birth certificate, not even a Medicare card.
Oh, I've got nothing. I lost all my ID like ages ago. And I just haven't bothered getting any more ID. I didn't think it was important until now. I've got to get it. So I'm gonna get ID this week, hopefully, if I can.
Josh lived much of his early childhood in Inala.
I loved it. Because we had family everywhere, like all over the place.
You go down around the corner and you got nanas, uncles, and then you go further around, you got cousins, everything. It's awesome.
Anala's a good place. I love it. It's what you make of it. It's what you make at home. Yeah, it's got a reputation of being mean and being in the Bronx, but at the same time, you can also look at the happy sides of things, like when I was growing up and that.
At school, Josh fell through the cracks. And as a consequence, he struggles with the basics of reading and writing.
How long have you lived at your current address, year or month? No, I'm homeless. What's that mean, this one?
Employment details.
I like that, and then employed.
Previous employment details.
Yeah, certain things and that I can't really read, no matter what, I understand them. Yeah, it's my own fault, I didn't go to school, and there you go. Yeah, I do find it hard sometimes to fill out certain papers.
Alternate ID.
18 plus. Is that 1-8 or 8-1?
1-8. That's card.
His life went off the rails 3 years ago when he made a fateful decision to try ice. He quickly became hooked and started manufacturing and dealing it. But he's determined to put all that behind him.
I want to get off the drugs. I want to live a normal life where I was when I was a kid, where drug-free, don't have to worry about nothing, you know? Bad influences everywhere you go, no matter where you go, it's your decision. And I've got to get that willpower yet to say no. Just looking for some work if you can. I'm a labourer, jack of all trades. You can pretty much show me one thing and that's all you've got to do. If you can give us a call back sometime today, please, if you've got any work available. Bye. He should ring back soon or whatever. I just want a job, man. That hard to ask for.
Josh desperately wants to start again, but finding a place he and Monica can call home is his first priority.
I didn't stay at family for a while, but, you know, you sort of get on family's edges and make them stress when you don't mean to, and, yeah. Not only that, you got your shit to deal with, and, you know, your families are stressing out because of you, and, yeah. It just feels like I've hit rock bottom, and once you hit rock bottom, the only way up is up when you hit bottom, so.
Nearby, the local Inala Centrelink office has been unable to help Jarrod and the children.
They put me onto family services, and I'm waiting for that through online now. Hopefully, they might be able to help with some emergency accommodation for the next night or two. I'm shattered. I'm fucking shattered. Trini goes and spends my last money.
No, I didn't.
On Subway. I said, go and get something to eat because she's hungry, get a pie or something.
There was no bakeries, hey!
A pie and a can, $2. No, she's got to go get fucking Subway and McDonald's. It's 5 to 3. All emergency accommodation and crisis accommodation places are full up. There's no one that can take us. 1 hour to find somewhere. Now it's getting serious. The smile was gone.
The wait for social housing can be a deeply frustrating one. Where you want to live, how much you're judged to be in need, and the size of your family all play their part in how long you sit on the list.
I've got people that I know that their houses are packed full because people can't get houses.
Nowadays, you got to wait 4 or 5 years minimum, unless you're in a serious emergency. They'll just put you. You just keep getting bumped down the list.
The average wait in Queensland is 7 months, but that's too long for Sue. As someone with a disability, she's hoping her application might be fast-tracked.
Look at my mess. Welcome to my mess.
But it's been 3 weeks since she handed in her application for government housing, and she's heard nothing back. And even though housemate Daryl's given her an extension on her moving out date, she's running out of options.
I have looked private, I've looked everything, but because I've got a little dog who's my protection, a lot of the homes don't take dogs. I'm not going without her. She's my best friend. She's everything to me. I could afford private, but then I wouldn't eat. So basically, and I wouldn't be able to pay my bills.
Terrified of being left homeless, she's decided to call a not-for-profit social housing organisation.
Hello, my name's Susan. I'm in my 50s, love, and I've got my name down at housing. I'm on a disability pension. I drive a mobility scooter.
So you said you've been to the Department of Housing?
Yeah, I've already got my paperwork in there.
Okay, so did they give you a assessment letter?
They haven't given me anything yet.
Okay. Now, if you're considered at highly need or very high need, that's a very high risk of homelessness, we would be able to help you.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll have to go to housing and get the letter because they haven't sent it out to me.
Yes.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye. Well, that was a doo-doo, that was. She said unless I'm homeless, basically, they don't help me. I'll ring up housing.
You have reached the voicemail for the Inala Housing Service Centre. Please leave your name, address, telephone number, reference number and message after the tone.
That didn't work either because I don't have a reference number yet. So that's a failure big time. They really don't want to help Australians, do they? You see people come in the country and they've got accommodation straight away. I'm Aussie. They have to end up in a wheelchair and I don't care. I get told by lots of people I get on the housing mission list and everybody will help you. Yeah, sure they won't. You need a reference number. Housing haven't bothered to care. They probably haven't even looked at my paperwork. Now I feel I'm just a used up old bloody woman who can't get help. It's just too much. When I moved here, I bought that sign, Home Sweet Home. Don't know why. It's never been Home Sweet Home to me. I guess my next step is the streets.
More often than not, it can be easy to spot those struggling in life. But it can be just as easy to miss those in need in the suburbs. In Melbourne's outer north, single mum Michelle and daughter Jess are facing a battle for survival.
Listen to Pumpkin.
Their once comfortable lives have been turned upside down by daughter Jess's deteriorating medical condition.
Here's your lunch.
And now every day is a struggle, both financially and physically.
Mum, that's a cool doll's house. Look at that.
21-year-old Jess lives with autism and has a mild intellectual disability.
Star Wars, Chewbacca.
She also suffers from an incredibly rare disease called Ehlers-Danlos syndrome type 6.
What basically EDS is all my collagen is faulty. Without collagen, you fall apart. And there's no cure for it.
EDS is a devastating disease that dominates both her and Mum Michelle's lives.
The other day, I was washing my hair and 3 times my shoulder dislocated and I had to call out to Mum to help me put it back in.
It's because of this need for full-time care that Michelle had to quit her job as a pharmacy assistant 3 years ago. That means she's now joined a quarter of those Australian carers on benefits who live below the poverty line.
Jessica's on full disability pension now and I'm on the carer's pension. And of course, you know, I lost a lot of money from not working anymore and everything is so expensive. We can't afford this, that and the other anymore. You all right?
Yeah, my back's sore.
So You know, our life's changed in that sort of way. But at the same time, we've got each other, and that's the main thing, you know. And you just get on with life, really.
But their daily struggles don't mean they can't take pride in their home. It's a treasure trove of bargain buys and belongings from better days, back when Michelle used to work.
You know, we know that if we go to Kmart or whatever, it's still going to cost too much money. Let's go to an op shop, you know? And even if we don't buy anything, it is so cool just to look around because we don't feel like we're missing out then. I've got some really nice things. You still get to go shopping, but this is even better shopping because you just don't know what you're going to find there on that day. So it's great fun. We have a great time.
It's a piggy bank. Most of the stuff we got is from here, like from the op shops and stuff. Like our dining table, for example. That's op shop. A dining chair's an op shop. You save a lot of money. Things that look brand new are bargains. Good shopping. Oh, boo. From Monsters Inc.
I think it's important to look presentable, you know, because I've been brought up that way. So it might be all gathered. I don't know what's happening at the back, but
That looks alright.
And that's, how much is that going to cost?
$1.
Can't go wrong. If you don't exchange your mind, you can always donate it again. It's only $1.
That's true.
It's only $1.
$11.30. Oh, that's good. With bills, it's a whole different level. You know, well, we got a medical bill a couple of days ago. It's $275. And I've got to try and find that money now. That's much harder than worrying about trying to find a couple of dollars for some clothes.
Not everything is covered by Medicare, and the bills will only increase as Jess's condition deteriorates.
But I wish I could afford things that Jessica's going to need straight out. That frustrates me. It just gets me down sometimes when I just feel like I fail, like I'm a failed parent.
In Inala, Josh is facing the very real prospect of homelessness after he was told to pack up and leave his sister's house overnight.
I'm sorry, my baby's stressed out.
To make matters worse, the prospect of sleeping rough has led to a heated row, and now wife Monica's stormed off.
Just having an argument and got told to go, so we left. Just trying to look for a place. No one really seems to really want to help, so. It's like you got to be a foreigner in this country to get a house, you know, a place. They're helping everybody else out, but cutting out the Aboriginal and the Aussie all the time. Where is this girl? Oh, man, see what I do? Fuck things up all the fucking time. It's just me and her argument, she just walked off. I can't leave her by herself. Oh, here she comes.
You got my shit.
Huh?
You got my shit.
No, it's just, hey, can you...
Fuck yourself, dog!
Can you calm down, please?
No. What, you want me to make sure that you can't for fuck off?
I didn't mean to. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to chuck it at your face.
I didn't mean it. Asshole.
Yeah, I only threw a stick at you, you fuckhead. Where are we going then? That's it.
And so what's the one thing that you just want to get sorted right now?
A house. Somewhere I can call home. Somewhere where I can put a roof over my wife's head. Somewhere where we can actually relax. Somewhere I can call my own sanctuary. Yeah, I admit I fucked up in the past. You know, people do try and change. People try their fucking best. I try my best.
Don't really know anyone. Don't like getting food. I feel like I'm freeloading.
Yep. That's why we need our own place, eh,
That's why we need our own place.
Can you kiss my boo-boo? It's all right. I deserved it. I shouldn't have been flicking fucking branches at you anyway.
25% of Australia's homeless are Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders, like Josh and Monica. But whatever your background, if you're living with a disability, chances are you'll struggle more than most. Sue faces a future in a wheelchair, but her battle to find a suitable place of her own in Inala seems to have turned a corner. Housing had actually mixed up her paperwork, and now she's definitely on the list.
Housing rang me. They say I'm top priority, and I thought, well, I'll do the looking.
Despite the fact there may still be many more in line before her, Sue's undaunted, and she's decided to kickstart the process herself.
Through friends of mine, I found out there's a house vacant, and they all thought that it's perfect for me. I couldn't sleep much last night because I couldn't wait to come and see it. Fantastic. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. It's got the high fence at the back for my little girl, so no one can see her. It's got the ramp for me to get into. I wouldn't mind having a look at the back to see what it's like. Fantastic. Yep, that's good. Looks like I could park my scooter in the laundry.
The previous tenant here recently passed away.
Apparently he had a fall and, yeah, he died in his sleep. As you can see, flowers and everybody had left something there, but it's empty now, which means it's perfect for me.
As far as Sue's concerned, it's as good as hers.
It looks like I'm going to be your new neighbour. Awesome. Yeah, and I'm very quiet, keep to myself. I'm going to have a fairy garden, and my house is going to be colourful.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have a
female instead of male.
Yeah.
That's it?
Yep, all right. Now,
You take care.
And no speeding tickets.
Promise I won't.
All
right, mate. Take care. I'm going to housing to say there's a house available. And I looked at it, looked from the outside, and it looks perfect for myself and my little girl. And leave it to them from there. Being top priority means I'm top priority.
But sometimes it can feel like you're not a priority at all.
Okay, so have you got a phone number? Have you tried to contact her through a phone number?
Yeah, all her phones are turned off, eh? We're not allowed
Have you tried contacting her through Facebook?
Yes.
It's mid-afternoon and Jarrod is on the phone to yet another Centrelink department. He's just learnt Sharon has to confirm that he has care of Trinity and Tian in order to access their family tax benefit. That benefit could be enough to get himself and the kids off the streets for a few nights.
Okay, what I can try and do is I can try and ring Sharon to see if she can confirm that you've got Trinity and Tian from the 12th of May. If not, you need to provide documentation for that. Now, if she doesn't answer the phone, then I can't confirm it with her.
She's not going to answer the phone. Her phones are off.
I can't change the payments over unless you can prove that the children are in your care.
They're right here with me. We've got no clothes. We've got nowhere to stay. They've been with me the whole time. Anyone can tell you that they've been with me.
My job is to ring the person who's currently getting the payments for the children. Any further than that, then you need to provide us with evidence of that. So I'm going to try and ring Sharon first and see where we go from there, okay?
Okay. Oh, wow.
We're fucked.
Sharon's not going to answer. Well, what documentation? How am I going to prove that you've been in my care the whole time? How am I going to prove it?
Okay, no, yes, you're correct. The number is switched off. My only option now is I send out a letter to her and also one to you asking you both to provide proof of the care of the children.
That doesn't help us, right?
Some letters together to confirming that.
Yeah, but Sharon's not going to confirm it because she's been receiving payments for the kids and not passing them on.
Told me that anybody can confirm it.
The proof is standing right here next to me. I'm telling you, love, they are standing right here freezing cold for days.
That's all we can do till we can confirm the change of care.
I've got my kids standing here in the rain outside of Centrelink in Inala with nowhere to go, standing under a tree and a T-shirt. Yet there's nothing you can do about it. Because all the other places we've rung There's no accommodation anywhere in Brisbane. There's no emergency accommodation. There's no crisis accommodation. There's no nothing. We have rung every single one for the last 2 days. I don't know anyone that in their right mind that could make this up or even want to make something so embarrassing up. But it's the honest to God truth. And there's nothing you can do. Hello? Hello, you there? Hello? Are you serious? What? Someone hangs up on you when you're saying that? Oh, fuck.
The stress has triggered another of Jarrod's seizures.
Calm down, it's okay. Dad. Dad. Get the smoke out of your hand. Pass it here. Grab the papers, Tim. It's all right, Dad. It's okay, Dad. Just breathe. Dad, just breathe. Right? What do you want to do?
I have to go back in. Go back where?
Go back in the fucking dumbling.
I'll have to do something.
I know.
In Inala, Sue's spent half an hour telling Queensland Housing her perfect home is vacant. Turns out, it's not quite that simple.
No good news. Chances are the house won't go to me. They're going to make me wait. She says, I'm nowhere near the top of the list. And I said, well, how come I was told I was priority? She said, oh. So... But I'll be very upset if they give it someone with able legs that's not Australian. I'll be very disappointed. All I'm asking for is accommodation for myself and my dog. I'm Aussie. I'm entitled to accommodation. My father helped build these houses, some of these housing mission houses. It's wearing me down, but I'm not going to quit. I'm not going to quit till the fat lady sings.
Desperate times call for desperate measures.
I hope Anastasia's there. I really need to talk to her.
Sue's going all the way to the top to see the Premier of Queensland, Anastasia Palaszczuk, who also happens to be the local state MP.
I'm going to explain my situation and see if she can help me. I'm not asking for $1 million. I'm not asking for a new car. I want security for the first time in my life. And if they can't understand that, no one will. In my life, I've moved over 200 times. I would have loved to find a place that I felt home, and I haven't. Because each time I feel like it's home, something goes wrong. So the next move I make is the last move I make, other than in a coffin.
But sometimes it seems there's only so much that can be done.
Anastasia wasn't there, but the lady said she'd help me. She's going to ring housing and come on my behalf. And hopefully she'll get through to them what I've been trying to tell them. They might listen to her. But where I am at the moment, I can't see my grandchildren. That breaks my heart every day. I'm a stubborn old lady. I was a single mother for a lot of years, and now I'm just a stubborn old lady who loves her dog. I just want to live a happy life, peaceful life, and the dog be happy with me. Yeah. And I didn't think that's too much to ask.
It's now nearing the end of office hours, and in desperation, Jarrod, Trinity and Tian have tried Centrelink in Inala one last time.
They said they'll get someone to ring us within the next hour, but they've been saying that all day. What a useless dad.
I don't think that.
Sharon wasn't going to do this.
Yeah, Mum wouldn't do this. She's like the boy who cried wolf. She cries the same story and no one's going to believe her soon.
She's been crying the same story for how long? People believe her. It's because she's a tiny little white thing and I'm a big ugly black thing. They instantly think I bash her and feel sorry for her and take her in.
The Centrelink department that promised to call Jarrod back closes in a little under 10 minutes.
Because these other people were supposed to have rung back by now. Centrelink said uncertain housing and they've both fallen through. Standard.
He's also tried crisis accommodation providers across the city, but they're full. Faced with spending the night on the streets, he's calling his last resort.
Nah, no good there either.
We won't leave Dad.
Jarrod's mate Ange has been dealing with her own family issues, so he's been reluctant to reach out.
We got no car, we've got all our clothes and nowhere to fucking stay, and we are fucked. I've got caught on the 19th.
I guess you come to that shit cunt.
Nah, I guess we're going to shit cunt's house.
All right, well, I'll see you soon then.
Okay.
Love y'all.
Love you. Ciao.
Love you.
Bye.
See ya.
Staying with Ange is only a temporary reprieve.
Oh, it's still stressful, but we've really got nowhere else to go. You know, she's a true friend that will do anything for us, anything for my kids. Follow the yellow brick road. So lucky, you know, just so lucky. We did have nowhere to stay. We were legit on the street. Legit, 110% we were on the street.
Negotiating a system of housing and welfare is enough to challenge the best of us. But at least there's universal healthcare to fall back on. That's unless you're Jess. Because sometimes, even the safety net can't catch you.
The doctors, as soon as you say, oh, I got EDS type 6, they've heard a little bit about it, but they don't want to touch me because they're like, well, unless you got private health insurance, sorry, but we're not going to risk anything.
When she had her cameras inside to try and find out what was going on there, her lungs collapsed and she nearly died. And he said, look, we had a lot of trouble keeping her alive. So he said, unfortunately, he said, she won't be able to go under any more anaesthetic because she will die.
My GP's like, I want to help you, but there is no help here.
The specialist treatment she needs is 17,000 kilometres away, in Baltimore, in the US.
I spoke to them and I emailed them and they're like, yes, we're happy to take you into our clinic and everything. And they're all ready to book me in for an appointment. I'm like, oh, whoa. I haven't even got any funding yet to be able to do that.
Jessica said, Mum, we've got to get to Baltimore. And I'm like, oh yeah, sure. We'll go. I wish I could just pop her in a plane and let's go, you know. But this is why we've got the GoFundMe and trying to see if we can get some money to go to Baltimore, because we're going to have to probably go for a few months.
And so far it's slow, but Slow is better than nothing. That's the way I see it. It's better than not having no fundraising at all.
How much money are we talking?
About 30 grand. 30 grand or more. We've raised $140 in 2 months from 6 people, which is good. It's a good start. We need to get there a bit more.
With little money for life's pleasures and Jess's deteriorating medical condition, it means more often than not, Mum and daughter are stuck at home.
You right, Jess?
I'm frustrated and bored.
Why are you frustrated for?
Because, Mum.
Why, darling? Tell me.
Everything.
Oh, you're having a bad day.
Yeah. Like, since Mum had to leave her job, it's been, like, really, really hard. But it's been good in a way because I get to spend more time with Mum.
Hello, darling. Go and hug Jessica. Go on. Yeah, you can.
She loves me a lot. And I'm forever grateful for every day that she's home with me. Because I don't know how I'd be if she wasn't.
Look, I'm not strong all the time. I mean, I certainly cry, especially a lot at night time, you know, and, you know, thinking about what's going to happen and it's just, it's horrible. Her lifespan isn't very long. And we're looking at a prepaid funeral now because I thought, I don't know when the time's going to come. And when it happens, I want to be able to go, you know what, I'm really glad that the funeral's in place. It's something that, unfortunately, I can't stop thinking about. Sorry. You know, about burying your child before yourself, you know. And she's so young and hasn't had a life, you know. She's only 21 and she's got no friends and, you know, it's just hard for her. But, you know, it's, you know, the thought of losing her is just, it's unbearable, you know?
In Melbourne's outer north, Jess's condition will soon deteriorate to such an extent she'll need a wheelchair.
Please come in.
Hi, Jessica. How are you?
The right kind of wheelchair is not going to be cheap, so the first step is a visit from Victoria's Occupational Health Services.
So the wheelchair, what are the aims of the wheelchair?
So I can be a bit more independent because some days I can't even get out of bed because I'm so sore and there's things I want to go do but I can't.
Okay, so it's the pain that's stopping you with your mobility?
The pain and to go shopping and stuff and do things that normal people do.
Yeah, we've got the chairs here and Ryan's right there. We may as well just go in and have a look at what they're going to be like.
So this one is called the regular standard wheels and this one is the transit ones.
So that's for Mum to push you in and that's for you
right.
to push yourself, basically? Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
The wheelchair Occupational Health believes Jess will eventually need costs $3,000, only $1,000 of which is covered by the government.
Really?
Yeah. How long would it be till I really be able to get the wheelchair?
Would you be able to fund your own wheelchair?
There's no possible way.
It's the financial hardship.
Yeah.
Then we can go through the funding groups that are out there. There is a wait list for that to be approved and you could be waiting 12, 18 months for your wheelchair to become available to you.
A bit disheartening, hey, Jess? I can see she's a bit upset. Yeah.
But you're doing well though. You're getting on with things, which is good.
I'm trying.
It hasn't stopped you.
No, I try not to let it, but sometimes,
stopped you.
sometimes it gets real hard. And it's so painful because I'm in pain every day because literally your whole skeleton feels like knives stabbing into you.
Yeah. A day at a time. Yeah, a day at a time.
Yeah. That's all I always ever hear anyway. A day at a time.
With Jess's condition requiring a more advanced wheelchair, occupational health will have to return.
It was nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you as well.
Yeah.
Luck with it all.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
See you, Jessica.
Bye. They're the sort of appointments I have every single week. That intensity, and it's just like, bam, especially at doctor's appointments, and you're like, okay, so now you got this wrong with you. Congratulations, let's work on that.
In Brisbane's southwest, it's the day after Jarrod, Trinity and Tian's ordeal on the streets, and Sharon is finally back in the picture. Jarrod believed that Sharon was making it impossible for him and the older kids to access their family tax benefit.
It sounds pretty bad, but I don't know if he's just making that out to make me feel bad. But we rang this morning, about it, and I told him that I was going to Centrelink today to sort it out. It's only fair, you know, at the end of the day. I'm not selfish towards my 2 older kids. I'm more relaxed, more happier, but, you know, I'm still always going to worry about my 2 older children, Trinity and Tian, where they are, you know, but they decide to leave their dad, which is their choice, you know. It's not my fault, and I won't go back. There's no way I will go back. It hurts. You know, I do miss them. You know, it's not that I don't love them and I don't care, I do. But, you know, it's their choice. They're old enough to make their own decisions. And it's heartbreaking. So I never wanted to split them up. Son. So we're in a shelter now, Women's Refuge, which is great. It's nice and quiet. There's no yelling or screaming. I'm more at ease. They miss Dad. Shelby does. So does Peyton, but not as bad as Shelby. But they've been okay. You know, they're ups and downs. But it's just getting them back into routine.
Sharon is also determined that now she's away from Jarrod, she can stay off the drugs.
That was his form of control too. I didn't want it, but if it's there, I'm going to smoke it, of course. And I'm glad to be clean, you know. I don't need it in my life, and I don't need it waved in front of my face. Because having it waved in my face, of course I'm going to take it. I'm an addict.
I want to go back on my screen.
I love him in some way, but not like I used to. There's too much hurt and pain, and we've both done it to each other. You know, it's not one-on-one. You know, we've both hurt each other over the past. But, you know, to move forward, I have to cut all ties. Okay, you can do it yourself now. Quite capable.
Next time on Struggle Street.
I've just gotten my superannuation money. I'm really hanging to get a guitar.
A financial windfall is music to Michael's ears.
Oh, that feels so good. Oh, it's been so long.
Oh, Jess!
Can a small victory mean big changes for Jess and Michelle?
I did it, Mum. You did it! You did it!
Jump up there, real quick.
And with nowhere to stay, this is Josh and Monica's new home.
That looks like someone's lived in there, and there's like birds, rats, everything dead in it.